We're Constantine and Samantha James, and we love to travel any chance we get.
One of the things that we've discovered during our adventures is that there are some amazing destinations that lie off the beaten path. So come get lost with us as we discover the road less traveled and find the hidden gems that don't show up in the tour books.
Today we're visiting Berkeley County, West Virginia. This area is just a short drive from Virginia, Maryland, and Pennsylvania.
We've learned the best way to get a feel for any area is to stop at the local Visitors Bureau, where we spoke with Todd Funkhauser and Mark Jordan of the local CVB.
How did Martinsburg get its start?
As people discovered the free land, they discovered the immense sources of water, and it was agricultural. I think at some point along the history of time, we were the #1 apple producer in the United States.
That explains why you have the Apple Festival.
It was a world event. The apple harvest event back in the late 1920s, 1930s, brought people from Brazil, from South America, Central America, Europe, you name it. The parade would draw between 25 to 35,000 spectators.
Wow.
So it was the event, and that was because there were people here patenting apples. You know, the Golden Delicious, Gold Miller, he was a pioneer in the orcharding industry.
What role did Martinsburg play in the Civil War?
Yeah, the railroad brought the Civil War to town. If maybe, in the Shenandoah Valley is a nice funnel for people traveling, but the railroad brought the Civil War to Martinsburg. It was the importance of the roundhouse. The roundhouse turned the locomotives, it serviced the locomotives. And if you didn't have that, you didn't have a railroad. So strategically, the railroad was important to the north. Equally, it was important to the south, that the south understood if the north didn't have the railroad, they couldn't fight the war as well. So Stonewall Jackson was charged by the Southern Robert E. Lee to control the railroad. He was sent here once. He took possession of the roundhouse and of the railroad, and it was a modern marvel. So he did not destroy it. What he did was he disassembled it. He took the locomotives, he took the turnstile, he disassembled things, and they created rail pretzels. So they would heat the rails and twist them around trees. They didn't completely destroy the roundhouse. It wasn't until the North's persistence that Jackson was charged with destroying the roundhouse, upon which he lit the entire facility on fire and burned it to the ground. And so Jackson had no choice. He for the sake of his fight, he had to destroy a beautiful structure. It was a beautiful wooden roundhouse.
Wow.
We have lots of really eclectic shops downtown. And when you get out to the county, there's really great farm to markets. And one in particular, called Orr's Farmers Market. They actually have menagerie of animals, bison, llamas for the kids. So there's a great family activity. And if you like to do outdoors activities, there's lots of hiking. We have a mountain lake that's set right on top of the mountain. It's Sleepy Creek. And beside that, there's Tuscarora Trail, which is an offshoot of the Appalachian Trail itself. So there's lots of outdoors things to do, and just depends on what you like to do.
Our first stop was at Orr's Farmers Market, where we shopped local. Found some amazing honey, fresh apples, and apple cider donuts to die for. Then we were introduced to geocaching. Hey guys, we are here at the beautiful Orr's Farm Market. There's so much to see, so much to do, and so much to eat. And we ran into West Virginia Tim. He's one of the top geocachers in the world, and he's going to show us how to get some geocaching done.
Tim, tell us a little bit about geocaching.
Well, geocaching it's a treasure hunt, and what geocache hiders do is they go out and they hide something, and they post the coordinates on the internet on geocaching.com, and then your job is to go out and try to find it.
Wow. This is a international phenomenon, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think there are over 2 million geocaches in the world.
Wow.
And 6 million people do this.
That's amazing.
And it's fun. It's fun for everyone. Yeah, because if you're a little guy, this is a typical geocache. And when you open it up, look inside. There's all kinds of treasures. Okay, we call them treasures. My grandkids call these treasures. I call it trinkets and trash, but kids love finding it. But if you're an adult, you can make a really tough hide and it's fun for them too. So it's kind of fun for everybody.
How could you get into it? Like, was there an app? Is there a GPS system? How's it work?
Oh, it's really changed, because a couple years ago you had to have a GPS, but now everybody's got a smartphone. So with a smartphone, there's free apps available, and all you have to do is download the app and hit the button and find a geocache near you, and you can go geocaching. And the membership at geocaching.com is free, and the app's free.
Great. So you can geocache just about anywhere. Why come to Berkeley County to geocache?
Well, that's a good question. You want to come here because we have some very unique geocaches, and people come from literally all over the world to geocache here. And we've had visitors from nearly 40 states and over 20 countries.
Wow.
Wow.
So why? Well, I tell you what, instead of me trying to explain it to you, why don't we let you all go geocaching?
Sounds great.
In fact, right here on the app, it says we're only 80 feet away from one. So why don't we let you all go try to find your first geocache?
That sounds so
Sounds
far.
awesome.
I don't know if I can make it. Can
Okay,
you carry me?
Here you are, 80 feet away.
All right, let's get this done. Let's go get lost.
Let's go.
Awesome. Thanks, Tim.
Looks like we're about 50 feet away.
Are we heading the right direction?
We are.
Okay, you are about to find your first geocache.
Nice.
Hey guys, it looks like we're about 10 feet away. So
We're really close.
there's a birdhouse here. Is this the geocache?
That's the geocache.
All right.
All right, now we have to, from what you've told us, we have to find a piece of paper that we have to sign now.
Now you're looking for a log.
Okay.
So all you've got to do is sign the log.
Okay.
So you guys go to it. Sign
right.
it. Sign the piece of paper.
All right.
Let's do some searching. Oh,
I think I found, oh, there's marbles. How about the other side? Does it come off? There's more
there's
marbles.
another marble.
Huh.
So you found marbles, huh?
Marbles, yeah.
Well, there's marbles all over the outside too.
Can these come off?
So you're looking for a piece of paper.
Piece of paper. Are they on this side too?
Yeah.
The marbles? Oh wait, these marbles here. If I push them through, can I get in there?
Yeah. Oh wait, a marble comes out. Can I put a marble in?
No. Huh.
Y'all not very good at this, are you? You're really lost.
You tricked us, man. I'm confused.
Well, I told you geocaching in Berkeley County is a unique.
It's
It
unique,
sure
huh?
is.
All right. Let's see.
And I hate to give you the bad news, this is a really easy one.
Well, thanks for making us look intelligent.
Come on now, you all figure that out. Where's the piece of paper at?
Where's the piece of paper? I don't know, hon. What do you think?
You told me not to give you any clues. So where would you, what makes that birdhouse unique?
Well, the marble is coming through one side, so I feel like if we keep pushing them down through until the
that's
marbles came out.
That's a good idea. Why don't you try that?
Oh, I need that one too. Let's keep pushing them through here.
Here we go.
Also, what are you doing? You're taking marbles from one side
Putting
and
them in
you're
the
putting
other.
it in the other. Well, that's a good idea. You think that'll work?
I hope so. Up. I think I found
Oh,
one.
look at that! Congratulations! You just found your first geocache.
See, we're not as smart as he makes us out to be.
Look, and there's a piece of paper in there. So now all we've got to do is get a piece of paper and you sign your name and you've just found your
Nice.
first geocache.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much. man.
Congratulations,
Absolutely.
guys.
Thanks so much, Tim.
Guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll be with you shortly. Thanks.
Watching my husband fail at geocaching made us both hungry. So we stopped for a bite at Cider Press Deli and Grill, located at Taylor's, another great local farm market. Hey guys, we're here at the Cider Press Deli and Grill inside of the Taylor's Farm Market in Inwood, West Virginia.
And the owner was gracious enough to come and sit down with us and tell us a little bit about his business and how he got into it. Ryan, thanks for sitting with us.
Hey, thanks for having me. How was your food?
It was amazing.
Good. Yeah, to tell you a little bit about the Cider Press and Taylor's Farm Market, my family, we've been around, my dad's a lifelong farmer here in Berkeley County. We farm around 1,350 acres of mainly row crops. We do have around 300 acres of apples and peaches. We're in the midst of our apple harvest season right now, getting the fruit picked. About 3 years ago, we decided to jump into the venture of having a farm market. This whole complex is owned by the West Virginia Department of Ag. No, but it's been a good thing. We have a good team here. Our chef Sean, we just came out with a new menu about 6 or 7 months ago. So
Can we meet Sean?
yeah, Sean's here.
Awesome.
Great.
Let's bring him out here. Let's
Yeah.
pick his brain a little bit.
All right, good.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We are still at the Cider Press Deli and Grill in Inwood, West Virginia, and we have Chef Sean Cox who's going to sit down with us, go over the menu and how they make the magic here. Chef Sean, thanks for coming on the show.
Not a problem. How you guys doing today?
Doing
I
awesome.
understand you had lunch.
It was awesome.
It was
yeah,
delicious.
yeah, it was really good.
All right.
It was really good. So tell us a little bit about the farm to table movement and how you got into it.
Well, the importance of fresh food to me is one of the key standpoints of cooking. I think that the more fresh ingredients you can incorporate into your food, the better the flavors come out, the better the heart and the meal comes out. Farm to table is seasonal, so you do end up with changing of the menu. I mean, the crops dictate what you can do. So that keeps everything quite interesting. You know, you have to be able to shimmy and shake back and forth every couple of months and make sure that what you are doing does incorporate the freshest, and in my mind, the most local products that you can get. I think that local is important because not only are you trying to increase people's knowledge about what they should be putting in their body or what is good for them rather than the chain restaurants, but it also increases, jobs, increases the amount of produce that's actually manufactured in the area. I mean, the more demand that we have, the more variety that we'll get because, if we have a demand for that product and they increase the growth, then we have more variety to mess around with.
To offer, yeah,
great.
that's great.
So what are some of your popular menu items here?
Well, a lot of people like our paninis. We've got a large lunch crowd here. The Orchard panini is very popular. That's one of our kind of signature paninis. We do incorporate the apples that the Taylors grow on their farm as part of that sandwich. A lot of people like the crab cake sandwich. A lot of people like the soups that we do. All the soups we do here are homemade. They're all done with, again, vegetables that we get, from local farmers or from the farm that we currently own.
That's actually what I ate was the Orchard panini, and it was amazing. I mean, she asked me if I was going to breathe or not. I kind of scarfed it. So, Chef Sean, how do you find your produce? Is it mostly from the Taylor farms, or not just produce, but meats and everything else? Or are there farms from all locally here to Inwood, or do you go all over West Virginia and Maryland?
We try to keep as local as we possibly can. I mean, like my tomatoes are Virginia vine ripened tomatoes, so they come from mostly Loudoun County. I've got a lot of the produce that we have, the peaches and the apples do come from our farm. We try to stay as close to home as we possibly can. If it's not something that we're producing, it's something that we'll try to source out to the next guy that's as local as we can possibly get.
Close as possible.
Pass the buck along.
So you're telling me you can't make a restaurant based just on edamame? That's kind of
Probably
tough.
not. Definitely not in this area. So. Our beef actually comes from the county over. So, all our beef that we use is all, locally raised beef.
Locally sourced, yeah,
Great.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, Chef Sean, thanks for coming on. And I mean, if you guys get a chance, come down here, try the food. It is absolutely delicious. This guy does a great job.
Definitely.
I appreciate
So we
it.
definitely recommend it. Thanks for stopping in.
Thanks, guys. Nice
Thanks,
having you.
buddy. Absolutely. This is clearly a small town that loves their events. There's something going on all the time. A chili cook-off, bike night, book and chocolate festival, Odd Fest, and their big annual event, the Apple Harvest Festival. It feels like there's something new every weekend.
After a fantastic lunch, we needed to get some exercise. There's so much to do in Berkeley County. We settled on a short hike and some frisbee golf at Poorhouse Farm Park. As we were getting ready to leave, we found a rodeo and just had to stop and watch. This is the kind of thing you just can't find in a big city.
What's up, guys? We're here with Joan Delonzo at Henry Arena at Poorhouse Park. She's going to talk to us about bale racing. Hi, Joan. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
So what's your guy's name here?
Twisto.
Twisto. Hi, Twisto. He's a pretty boy.
Yes, he is.
So what kind of events do you run here at the arena?
I do barrel racing and sometimes pole bending.
Okay, great. That's awesome.
Can you describe to us what barrel racing and pole bending is?
Okay, barrel racing is where you run your horse as fast as you can around 3 barrels in a cloverleaf pattern.
Awesome.
So it's basically you against the clock.
What's an average time versus a good time?
Here, the good times are usually in the 15, 16 second range. Average more in the 17 up to 18, and then I'm still learning, so I'm more in the 19, 20 kind of level, but we're getting there.
That's awesome.
How often do you run the events here?
Probably they have events here a couple times a month. I try to get to when I can.
Okay.
Nice. And is that year round, or is it just in the spring?
Mainly in the good weather. In the winter, it's a little tough to maintain the arena surface in a safe manner.
Sure. Is this all donated? I mean, how does this function? Is there an organization, a 4-H of sorts?
Well, this event is put on by an organization called the National Barrel Horse Association, and it's the West Virginia chapter.
Awesome.
And so they put this one on. There are other groups that put other events on.
Nice.
Excellent.
Nice. And you're from here? You're from the local area? Everybody here is pretty much?
Yeah, I live in Charlestown, so it's just down the road, not too far. And people come from, we've had people come from Pennsylvania, Virginia, you know, because where we are, we're kind of sitting right in the middle, right off the highway, so it's really easy access for lots of people.
Yeah, that's great.
That's great. Well, it's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I had me on the edge of my seat. I thought a couple of people were going to fall off.
It does happen.
Gasping for air. Well, anyways, thanks guys for tuning in. Joan, thank you very much, and good luck on your barrel racing career.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thanks again.
So after a wonderful day in Berkeley County, it was time to satisfy my sweet tooth. And we heard the best place to do that is Everything Cheesecake.
And we have the proprietor, Aaron Gibbons, here to give us a little insight on how they do it. Mr. Gibbons, thanks for having us, and thanks for the cheesecake. It looks delicious.
Wonderful, wonderful. Hope you enjoy it. You have caramel macchiato sitting in front of you, and you have Reese's Peanut Butter Cup cheesecake sitting in front of you. So you guys will definitely enjoy those.
Yeah. Before we dig in, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a 12-year veteran for Martinsburg City Police Department. Another really exciting part about being a police officer and kind of a local business owner is they kind of intertwine with each other. So, you know, I can be on a call, and while I'm on that call, somehow, some way, somebody's going to mention cheesecake. It doesn't matter what the call is. Somebody's going to bring it up, and they'll ask me if, even though I'm in uniform and I just came with my lights and sirens on, they want to know if I brought cheesecake. And we do, while I'm not here, somebody will walk in and say, "Where's Gibbons? Where's Gibbons? I got to talk to him." And they'll get a number and stuff, and you know, somebody will have an issue, and they know where to find me. And even if it's just passing in the street, I'll stop and talk to them.
All right, so we're about to try these, and I'm so excited. Been waiting this whole interview. I mean, this guy talked forever, right? But I do want you to talk a little more before we leave and try these. Do you guys do any community outreach programs? I mean, how do you get the word out there, and what have you done to develop yourself here?
Well, especially being a police officer, it's been very exciting. I love my job. I've been there for almost 12 years now, and we've initiated a few programs kind of incorporating the cheesecake shop and being a police officer at the same time. How is it? Is it good?
Oh my God. I'm telling the camera what's going on.
Gotcha.
They know for sure.
Throughout the years, we've tried a few different things. We were messing around and we thought, well, we have a kitchen. Let's play around with maybe bring some kids in, have a couple of us in uniform, and we'll sit there and do something with the police officers and the kids. So we came up with the idea of Cookies with Cops, and that's usually just before Christmas. I think last year we did it at the Boys and Girls Club, but we do bring in the kids from like the Boys and Girls Club and some of the other local facilities. We'll bring them into the shop. We'll shut everything down. We'll bring in 5, 6 police officers in here, and we had Walmart, Target, we had all kinds of different places donate cookie supplies and stuff like that. First year we actually went into the kitchen and baked cookies. Disaster. We made a huge mess. We had stuff everywhere, and we said, "Oh my gosh!" So we had to kind of change it around a little bit to where we set up all the tables. It's decorate. We have Santa come in. We let them decorate all the cookies and stuff like that, and they had a really good time. Hopefully, it's something that they'll never forget. You know.
This guy's a great guy. I mean, and his cheesecake is phenomenal.
Amazing.
So Don't wait, don't hesitate, get over here now. I mean, if you're visiting or you're local, you gotta eat this, you have to.
While we may have enjoyed dessert first, my husband reminded me that we had dinner reservations at the beautiful Purple Iris at Heartwood Manor.
So after a long day in Berkeley County, we're winding down here at the Purple Iris. Chef Dan here and his wife have owned the establishment since about 2002.
Chef Dan, what are you going to prepare for us today?
Well, today we have a pasta. I tried to highlight some local ingredients, a lot of from farm to table. We have some sweet sausage from Hoffman's, so I was going to throw together a bucatini pasta with a classical Alfredo and a little bit of sweet sausage.
Sounds great. Delicious.
Delicious. All right, let's get
started.
going. Show us how it's done.
Just to highlight a couple of the ingredients, we're going to put some shiitake mushrooms in there. We have some fresh local spinach. We're going to really highlight onions since time of year. We got some garden chives. We have some fresh spring onion. All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and prepare the sausage.
Okay.
What this is like I said earlier, locally raised pigs, locally farm raised. It goes to a local butcher, Hoffman's Butcher, and they grind that up. We get quite a few products from them. It's really a unique product, really well handled.
Great.
We're going to take this and we're going to season it up a little bit. So the first thing we'll do is add a little bit of chopped shallot into this. And as you can see, this time of year, onions are a big highlight, so I'm actually highlighting some of the local onion as well, especially with the chives and the spring onion. We make a cherry pepper relish that we actually jar ourselves, and that's what this is here. Love this stuff.
We love cherry pepper.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe I'll put a little more then.
Nice.
There we go. We're going to put a little bit of kosher salt. A little bit of fresh ground black pepper, which I had ground right before you guys got here. We're going to take a little bit of oregano. One of the nice things about this area is that we're close enough to a couple of major cities where we have access to a lot of product, but we're also in a very rural area where we have access to a lot of farm-raised product, a lot of both, so I kind of figure like we have the best of both worlds.
Tell us a little bit about the Purple Iris and what you guys do here.
Well, the Purple Iris is basically a 17-acre property. We have a historic stone mansion that's been added onto. We specialize in weddings, but we do a lot of corporate catering Monday through Friday as well. We have a small 40-seat restaurant on the second floor where we ask for reservations. We serve Wednesday through Saturday on that. And then pretty much any other type of catering, on property, off property, we pretty much cover the full gamut. In the restaurant, we are sort of fine dining, but we are also casual. We don't like to steer anybody away. We want people to be comfortable. I believe in being comfortable when you eat. The place is a beautiful place to sit and have a meal. Basically, we try to stay as local as possible and support all of the local businesses in terms of the product that we use. We have about a 15-item menu that we change seasonally. We offer a lot of fresh specials daily, and then we also really try to focus on making all of the product ourselves. We make all of our own dressings, bake all of our own breads, we grow our own herbs here, we grow a variety of other different lettuces and microgreens here. So for us, really, it's about the passion of the food. We are big in presentation, and we know that that's important, but really when people leave here, I want them to say, wow, that was really good food, that food really hit where it should have hit in terms of, what I consider from the soul kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do you sleep ever?
Not too often.
That's awesome. So you have a hot dog shop too, down the street here? I need to know everything.
I do. Well, here it is. I'm a city kid that was transplanted into a more rural country area. I grew up in the city of Pittsburgh, and I'm a sort of a sandwich aficionado. I love hitting up local food eateries and little sandwich shops, and I'm a huge hot dog addict. So basically, I sort of missed that, and I felt like Berkeley County really needed something that was sort of iconic and something that could kind of grow with the town, with the community. So we opened up a local hot dog shop called Dogs 11, where we actually have fresh ground burger, hot dogs that are imported from Pittsburgh. We make our own buns. We make all of the condiments there. That's where our pepper relish came from that we're using in this recipe. We have a signature sauce we call Mountaineer sauce. So it's still great food, we hope, but downplayed to an affordable cost, but also has a little bit of that urban flair.
That's awesome.
And you don't need a reservation to
You
go there.
definitely don't need a reservation for there.
Okay.
That's gotta be our next stop. Next time we come down, for sure.
For sure, yeah.
We had an amazing time in Berkeley County, and I want to take a moment to thank everybody involved for their hospitality, the stuff we learned, what we saw, and the amazing time that we had.
Yes. Thanks for joining us as we took our journey on the road less traveled. And remember, never be afraid to get lost.
For now, you guys get lost, we're eating.